as it's up, first points of the night.
On this Rams times out, we want to give another shout out to one of the Rams sponsors, Ted Britt Ford, Ted Britt Automotive Group, home of the Ted Britt for life. So
The board. It all back Shakai Campbell has two receivers lined up on the right side of the field, two running backs with him in the backfield, takes the snap out of the shotgun formation.
quarterback right here.
Low is taking 34-yard line.
Great defensive front showing from the Rams so far tonight. And once again, that play was started by Tristan Lee, the five-star offensive tackle, committed to concept, who was able to get in the backfield, disrupt that play, and force the quarterback to eventually go out behind the line of scrimmage.
And that really just caps off what has been an absolutely incredible performance by the Rams defense tonight. The Rams have one time side of the ball. I think they just stick with their 3-possession lead, and they enter the half feeling good about themselves.
I agree with you. I think they're going to play this half safe. They have their lead. Every part of the team has performed very well so far, and I would expect them to play it safe and not push anything down the field.
I half expect not starting off with great field position, and only 12 seconds remaining in the half.
So definitely best punt of the day that we've seen from the TC side so far, and they were able to push the Rams a decent amount back and virtually put them out of scoring position in this half.
If they think that their running backs can hold on to the ball and avoid fumbles, they'll hand the ball and see what can happen. I mean, we had that 75-yard touchdown earlier tonight, and they're not just going to give up on an opportunity like that. But if they don't really trust their running backs, I can see them easily taking a kneel here. So 7 seconds remain in this first half of play. Two running backs in the backfield for quarterback Stephen Hugney, who hands the ball off, and there is no room to run. So the Rams will enter this second half of play with a commanding 20-0 lead.
We'll meet you guys here after halftime for the start of the second half. We want to thank all 600 of you for tuning in to watch your first Rams football game of the season.
Thanks, folks. Welcome back to Ram Network. I'm Andrew.
And I'm
Andrew.
And I'm Thomas.
And we are here to watch the Robinson Rams continue in the second half with a commanding lead of 20-0 against TC Williams. Thomas, what are you seeing tonight?
Well, I've seen every part of this Rams offense, defense, and special teams perform at the best level I think we could have hoped for. There's been very minimal mistakes, and they've capitalized on errors from TC on all ends of the field.
So TC now kicking off to the Rams getting the ball to start this second half, potentially putting themselves up in a 4-possession lead.
So what are you looking to see from this second half, Andrew?
I'm looking for the Rams to control the tempo, to try and control the ball, to get a little bit more consistency going in their offense. We've seen big plays have been the differentiating factor for the Rams offense tonight. We had the 75-yard touchdown by Cordon Zelaya. We had the deep completion to Andrew Lemery for the second touchdown of the night. I think if the Rams can manage to just keep some consistency, get some things going and working, and the oil getting done in their offense, that'll be the most important thing tonight. And the kick is up, drops in at about the 10-yard line where it's muffed by the Rams kick returner, falls on it at the 10-yard line. So the Rams, not the ideal start to the second half that they wanted.
First minimal mistake we've honestly seen from the Rams all night, but Justin Madari was able to recover that and not give it up. So we'll see the Rams offense take start at the 10-yard line.
And I think that's good decision making there. When you're up by 20 points, you can afford to make minor mistakes, but you can't afford to let those minor mistakes turn into major mistakes. Him deciding to fall on the ball, avoid anything that would have led to a turnover, giving TC the ball inside their own 10-yard line. Smart decision making there. So Rams quarterback Stephen Hugney takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle, finds a few yards to run. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the Rams' 25-yard line, it looks like.
So first play of the game, the Rams offensive line seemed to be a little bit on their heels as TC had a great pushback against them, thus resulting in only about a 3-yard gain.
So the handoff again up the middle, finds some room to run. That's Riker Lauder breaking to the left side of the field. He's got one man to beat. Lauder at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Lauder into the end zone. The second deep touchdown run for the Rams tonight. That's a 26-0 lead.
That is a fantastic job once again by the Rams offensive line. They get a fantastic push on the TC's defensive line, and there's just open field to run. Not one TC defender in sight.
And we'll have to see here if the Rams go for 2 after missing the extra point attempt on their last touchdown, or if they'll stay safe and look to just put this up at 27-0. It looks like they'll stay safe and put this at 27-0. And now for the extra point attempt on the field, it'll be Andrew Lemery. Shares a name with 2 of our broadcasters tonight. Puts the kick up, and it's good. Recovering from the missed extra point attempt on that last drive, it's 27-0.
If you're a fan of this Rams team, you have to love what you've seen all night so far from this team. Every part of their team has been firing on all cylinders, and they pick up exactly where they left off to start this second half.
There has been no aspect of tonight's game where TC has been better than the Rams. The Rams have been better on offense, defense, special teams, you name it, game plan, coaching. Every side of the field, the Rams have done it better.
I think I'm excited to see how this Rams defense responds. I don't want them to get back on their heels, play lazy. Got to keep this tempo up and keep the TC offense offbeat.
And hey, I said I was looking for more consistency out of this offense, but if you've got an offense that can put on 75-yard touchdowns every play, you got to go with it. And it looks like that's been working out really well for the Rams tonight. Nick Veltsistas here for the kickoff after that 4th touchdown of the night. Apologies for the camera work there, but here comes the kickoff. TC takes it at the 18-yard line. It's caught, moving down the left side of the field, breaking to the center of the field, has some room to run, breaking towards the middle of the field. He's beat all his men. TC is breaking towards the end zone. Touchdown, TC Williams.
So if you're a Rams fan right there, right after getting a quick score, you give it right back up on the kicking. And that is the first mistake we've seen from the Rams all night.
Number 13, Joshua Peterson, took that all the way to the end zone there. And you were just talking about don't get lazy if you're the Rams defense. And what do? They give up a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, so obviously not the start the Rams wanted after scoring that. On special teams, they've been so solid all game, and then they just give up that easy return right there, virtually untouched all the way back.
I mean, if you open your first half, shutting out your opponent, putting up 3 touchdowns, and then you get the ball back in the second half, and you manage to put another touchdown on the board, the last thing you want to do is to allow your opponent to get some momentum of their own and start putting points on the board. And the Rams have allowed that to happen.
So the Rams made their first mistake of the night, but I think it's really important to see what they do on offense, how they respond, see if they can make that touchdown right back up, and then get right back on defense and do what they did all first half, basically.
And importantly, how is their Rams defense going to recover from this? Are they going to continue to allow these kinds of mistakes to happen?
And so TC decides to go for 2 on that, does get stopped, but there is a flag on the play. The Rams players seem to be staying on the field, so I would assume that we'll be going once again against us. And as TC stays on the field, I think one would assume that it is going to be against the Rams. The question is, what will it be for? It's going to be a personal foul against the Rams defensive player. So it'll give TC another chance to go for an extra point or go for 2. We'll see what happens here. Didn't he?
And I think to some extent I can agree with going for 2 here. The Rams missed an extra point earlier tonight, so that gives you a little bit of a cushion. And if you do manage to get 3 touchdowns with 2-point conversions and then convert on the field goal, you're tied without having to go for all 4 touchdowns. But at the same time, why not take the easy points and take the extra point here? And it looks like TC's decision-making ends up faring out for them. That's why he's a head coach and I'm stuck up here in the booth. So it'll be 27-8 Rams.
So the TC once again got a good push again, and they were able to just run it in to the right side, virtually untouched once again by any Rams defenders.
And so definitely a more fast-paced second half than we saw in the first half. That first half, drives seemed to drone on forever, well into each quarter, but we're only a minute and a half into this second half, and each team has already scored their own touchdown.
With a 2-point conversion to be noted.
So the Rams return unit out on the field here. You've got Michael Scheel, center position for the kick return. The kick is up, and it drops at the 30-yard line, and Justin Madari picks it up and drops down at the 20-yard line. A little bit of a weird kick there.
Yeah,
but
good hands right there by Justin Madari to make sure that ball did not slip out like it did last time on that play. It was kind of a line drive kick, not something I think we expected to see. I don't know if that was intentional or not. So coming into the game for the first time this season will be Grant St. Clair taking over for Stephen Hugney under center. Interesting decision by the coaches here. What do you think of that, Andrew?
We'll have to see what the decision making is later on, and wonder if it's a personnel issue. They have more confidence in Great St. Clair, or if there's something else going on. But Stephen Hugney's been playing great today. He started his first completion of the season with a touchdown to Andrew Lemery. So from a technique and a skill standpoint, I can't get behind that decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see it definitely early in this half after they give up a touchdown. I would think that they want to go down the field and score. Stephen Hugney has played a great game so far.
So St. Clair in the pistol formation, 2 backs behind him, hands it off. Lauder gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard or 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
It seems that all the other starters for the Rams offense are still in there, so still is a little bit confused as to why Stephen is not under center right now. There seems to be an issue with the ball placement on the field.
So Riker Lauder, the running back, comes off the field in a crucial 3rd down situation for the Rams. And so St. Clair, again, the junior, taking the snaps now for the Rams. 2 running backs in the backfield, no receivers lined up. Handoff goes to Michael Shield to the left side of the field. Shield has some room to run, gets the first down, and steps out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
So finally, the first positive play the Rams have had since their touchdown run. Gets great block on the outside, and Michael Shield has a lot of room to run and an virtually easy first down right there for him.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but that might have been the Rams' first down of the night. Their
That
night
didn't
tonight,
result in a touchdown. I think you are right.
So I think the night has been, we've seen a really boom or bust Rams offense tonight. The 75-yard touchdown, the second 75-yard touchdown. There may have been a first down
And a
in
big
there
pass
at some
to
point,
the tight end Andrew Limry as well earlier in that first half.
But again, this is the kind of consistency that I was talking at as we entered the half. I want to see plays like that on every down.
So there is a foul called on the play. It will go against TC as the ref signals, but it looks to be going against the Rams, and they will be being pushed back. Correction on that. It seems that it will go in the Rams' favor, and they do have a first down on the play, offsetting penalties.
So the Rams bringing themselves up to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield for Grant St. Clair. Takes the ball to himself, rolling to his right. Down the field, it's caught by number 19 for the Rams. Grant St. Clair's first completion in varsity football, and it goes to Miles Ratcliffe, the fellow junior.
So on 2 plays there, back-to-back, the first and second first downs for the Rams offense all night. That was a great pass, perfect, and an easy pitch and catch right there.
And it looks like, once again, the coaching staffs are proving me wrong tonight. That decision to put Grant St. Clair into the game looks to be faring well for the Rams.
Rams go a little up-tempo there and run a quick handoff right up the middle.
But you really couldn't have asked for better ball placement on that pass right there, and it ends up working out very well for Grant St. Clair and the Rams.
He made that also important to note, he made that throw in a little bit of distress as there was a defender coming right at him.
And what you got to notice tonight is the way that this Rams offensive line has just been creating a nearly infinite pocket for their quarterback, just giving them tons of time to pass the ball. And the Rams break through the middle of the field on the run that time, picking up a few yards, but still bringing up 3rd and 3.
So I'd expect the Rams to run here. I think they're going to try to do something outside, as they haven't done that in a while. Try to see if TC's on their heels, and see what they're ready for right here. Important to note, Corden Zala, who had the first touchdown of the day, is backing in the back.
St. Clair hands it off to Michael Shield again, who tries to find some running room, and he has been hit big. by that TC defense, preventing the third down conversion.
That was a big hit right there, a great key hit, as it does prevent the first down right there. And I expect the Rams offense to stay out there, which it looks like they will be doing.
And Shield doesn't appear to be too shaken up in the huddle now. Looks to be staying on the field, so just a testament to the toughness and the grit that he's playing with tonight, taking a big hit like that and staying on the field.
I'm not sure. It looks to be that there was a flag called on the play against TC, and the Rams will have a first down. So the Rams get bailed out there a little bit on third down and don't have to go for it on fourth. And Grant St. Clair will run back onto the field under center for the Rams offense.
So St. Clair leading his first offensive drive as a varsity quarterback and trying to get some points on the board.
So we've seen him hand it. We've seen him roll out of the pocket and throw it. I'd hope to see him cap off his first drive of his high school career with a touchdown. But
flags on the field before the play even gets started.
False start on the Rams offense. Not what they wanted on that first play after getting bailed out by a penalty.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 15 for the Rams.
So after being pushed back, what play do you expect them to run here on first down?
Grant St. Clair is 1 for 1 in his varsity career. Why not run that same kind of play that you had before? Let him use his legs, and if he can find a receiver, he can find a receiver. So St. Clair pitches it back to the right side of the field. Lauder has some room to run, breaks to the right side, picks up about 5 yards on the play. And the running back for the carry there, not Lauder, but number 20 for the Rams, Daniel Bosch. So the Rams here at 2nd and 7 after the 8-yard pickup by Daniel Bosch. 3 wide receivers out on the field, a back in the backfield. Shield motioning behind the line of scrimmage. Shield breaks to the left side of the field, looks for some room to run. There's a flag on the field, but Shield picks up the first down before being tackled at the 13-yard line.
And I think that's going to be coming back, as that was a legal block right there, and it is on the Rams offensive player right there. So unfortunate turn of events right there, and the Rams will be having that ball pushed back.
They've had a lot of success tonight getting their wide receivers involved, particularly Michael Shield. We saw in that play there, picked up the first down, but unfortunately it came back due to penalty. But that's got to be encouraging for the Rams to see how many different skill position players you can be putting into the game to make plays, move the chains, push your offense forward.
Well, the start of this drive was very promising for the first year varsity player, Grant St. Clair, but as we've seen on the past 3-4 plays, we've had flags on consecutive plays, and I think they need to settle down and see if they can turn this around right here.
And those kind of plays, you really can't hold those against your quarterback. Obviously, your quarterback is the kind of leadership presence, but these penalties, they're not his fault. And I think that anything that results from this drive is going to be a real testament to how well he's played in his first year. So the carry goes up the middle, gets taken down at about the 31-yard line, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 18 yards to go.
So it's important to note that Nick Vocisis, the Rams kicker, is a great kicker and who had committed to Virginia Tech, has a huge leg. And they are just about in his range right now.
So now we've got Zelaya in the backfield, had that crucial 75-yard touchdown earlier tonight. St. Clair takes the snap, motion behind the line of scrimmage, fakes the pitch, drops back, has his receiver, and Shield can't manage to hold on to it. That'll be 4th down and 18. We'll see what the Rams do here. I imagine you take the attempt at a field goal, however deep it is.
It looks to see that the quarterback will stay on the field right here.
So again, my prediction's just not faring well tonight. But Riker Lauder, that powerful running back, and Michael Shield, the number 1 target for the Rams offense, staying on the field. You've got Cordon Zelaya, the power running back, who also had his own 75-yard touchdown tonight. all out on the field looking to convert in a tricky 4th and 18 situation.
So after the first minute and a half of 2 touchdowns, one by each team, we've gone now 5 minutes without a touchdown with the Rams offense holding that ball the entire time. We'll see how this drive ends as they have a tough task right here.
But honestly, that's about as well as you could ask for it to go. The Rams have been picking up first down, taking time off the clock, getting themselves closer and closer to that first victory of the season. Timeout taken by the Rams. Caleb St. Clair. Apologies, that's a penalty against the Rams, so it'll push them back another 5 yards, make this an even more difficult 4th and 23 situation.
After a great start to this Rams offensive drive, they have been brutally hit with penalties on 4 consecutive plays right here and have put this into them horrible situation right here. And now we see the punting unit come out as the Rams offense does not want to go for this right here.
But again, we've talked a lot about tonight about the talent of that Rams punter, Nick Veltsistas. If he can manage to pin TC inside their own 5, the Rams are framing themselves for really good field position on their next drive. And here comes the punt from Veltsistas. It's up, drops down at the 15-yard line, and rolls all the way to the 10. The Rams touch it down at the 12-yard line. So not a best-case scenario, but certainly nothing to turn your nose up at. The Rams defense now taking over with TC's offense getting the ball at the 12-yard line.
So this is the first time we'll see the Rams defense in this second half, as the kicking unit of the Rams special teams did give up the touchdown, not the Rams defense. So we'll see how they start off to their first time getting some action on the field in this second half.
TC quarterback drops back, and he has a receiver deep, nearly catches it, but on the defense, that's number 32 for the Rams, Noah Nordhaus. He says, "Not in my house." And the Rams prevent the completion there. I hope you like my pun, because I was pretty proud of it myself.
Great recovery right there by him. He was able to catch up to the ball, make that a much harder catch than it should have been, and he was able to eventually break up that pass play.
Here at 2nd and 10, TC hands the ball off to the right side of the field, looking for some room to run, taken down after a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 7. So here, 3rd and 8 for the TC offense. Drops back looking to pass, has his receiver, and it's dropped.
Once again, the Rams defensive line got to the quarterback again. They've been putting pressure on him all night. He has had no time to throw, as he had to release that ball quite quickly, and I don't think he put it where his receiver really wanted it and was able to catch it, forcing an incomplete pass.
So TC quarterback Shakai Campbell doesn't manage to get a completion out of that. Receiver Michael Honesty can't hold on to the ball, can't convert, can't give themselves a new set of downs. So the Rams, as we said before, set themselves up for really good field position, choosing to punt inside the 40.
So back to return the punt, we'll have number 4, Michael Shield, and Justin Madari, as it has been all night.
And Shield set up very short for the punt, just at about the 45-yard line, catches it, lets it fall, and he'll just let it drop and roll as the Rams got a pretty good bounce there, ends up only taking its way to the 44-yard line. So the Rams, only 44 yards to go to the end zone.
So after a disappointing drive, an end to the disappointing drive they had last sequence, they get great starting field position, and I would hope they'd try to capitalize on this right here.
And we talk about a disappointing drive. I think the optics of it looked way worse than it really was. Some really encouraging stuff from backup quarterback Grant St. Clair, but penalties were just killing them. And that's the story of high school football, is that if you can't keep your players disciplined and making sure that they're following the rules and not giving up easy yards like that, you're not going to have much success. So we'll see if they can get rid of those penalties over the course of the rest of the night. as the Rams hand the ball off and they're taken back for a 5-yard loss. TC thinks they have a turnover here, waiting for the official ruling, and the Rams offense coming off the field. Defense does not get much of a break after that defensive sequence. We'll see if they can keep up their stellar performance tonight. Again, the only lapse in the Rams' judgment tonight has been on their special teams unit giving up the kickoff return.
Stephen Hugney, who is known for his handoffs, was not in on that play. It was Grant St. Clair, so it'll be interesting to see if they do elect to put the senior back in, as their lead is starting to look to diminish a little bit, and the Rams offense, after a bad drive, has another start to a bad drive right there.
So the TC offense gets essentially 50 yards of free field there, punting and then getting a turnover, forcing a turnover on the very next play. We'll see if Shakai Campbell can do more with it than he's done tonight. Of course, Campbell has yet to lead his TC offense to any points tonight. He's breaking to the left side of the field here, picks up 9 yards on the play, doesn't seem to get the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
So the Rams, their one point they've been exploited on defense has been the edge of the field, and right there, the quarterback keeps it himself and gets to the edge, and basically it just outruns the linebacker to the sideline of the field.
And again, we've seen this a few times tonight. That offensive tackle headed to Clemson next year, Tristan Lee, coming back out onto the field, playing that defensive role. You see at the second, it looks like TC looking to pass, goes deep. There's nothing there. So TC putting themselves at 3rd and 1.
Noah Nordhaus realized his mistake right there. If he turned around, he would have had a wide open pick right there. And he puts his hands on his helmet, upset with himself for not looking back at that ball.
But Nordhaus has had some tremendous plays today. Of course, he's defended 2 different passes. He's had a few opportunities at interceptions, but really nothing to complain about if you're a coach and you're trying to prevent yardage on the defensive side of the ball.
Also important to note, the Rams' defensive line once again got pressure right in the face as Tristan Lee hits the quarterback as he releases it.
So now, with receivers lined up on either side of the field, just one back in the backfield, Shakai Campbell hands the ball off, tries to break through the middle, and he is met with that solid Rams defensive line. Tristan Lee, Jaden Papich, that Rams defensive line really just shutting the TC offense down and not letting them get anything going.
I think that has been the biggest part of the Rams team today, other than special teams, as they have just owned the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball so far.
So TC now at 4th down. They were pretty excited with that 2nd and 1 situation, but then an incompletion and now a tackle for loss has them at 4th and 2. We'll see if they can still move the chains here and pick up a first down, but the story of tonight has been an inability to convert in these situations for TC. Of course, this will be the first 4th down attempting situation we've seen all season. At 4th and 2, drops back, has his receiver, it's completed, and he manages to pick up the first down, so TC manages to keep the ball in their own possession.
So
now
the refs do give them the first down on that play. I thought they would bring out the chains and try to measure it, but it looks like he did have enough on that.
So TC with the fresh set of downs, now working from their opponent's 40-yard line. Shakai Campbell, 3 receivers lined up, a back in his backfield, hands the ball off, breaks to the center of the field, picks up 4 yards. He'll be down at just about the 35-yard line for a 2nd and 5.
Good jobs by those Rams defensive line, just sticking a hand out, slowing him down, and just slowing his time down so the linebackers can get up and make that tackle.
So here we are, 2nd and 7. TC's offense still looking to put its first points on the board, of course. That kickoff return touchdown credited to the special teams. So Shakai Campbell looking for his first points of the season still. Wide receivers going deep down the field. The ball is up, and it's dropped. A contested catch there. And you saw Rams defensive back. Looks like number 32 for the Rams.
Noah Nordhaus once again comes up with a big pass breakup. He has been solid all night long on those pass plays.
And at a certain point, you've got to think for TC, stop targeting him. He's got your receivers locked down. Throw the ball to the other areas of the field. You're not getting anything going to there tonight. The only completions we've seen from Shakai Campbell tonight have come on those short routes or those routes where he's throwing it into the backfield. Nothing deep downfield has managed to get going tonight.
We do have an injured player on the field. We will come back after the short break.
Back after that brief break, again, here we are, TC at a 3rd and 7 situation. 3 receivers lined up after that deep incompletion looking for the end zone. Noah Nordhaus managed to break that up after a stellar performance over the course of the night. Shakai Campbell hands the ball off, goes to the middle of the field, has a first down. The Rams secondary has to make the tackle. They haven't had to do that a lot tonight. Defensive line has been particularly stout when it comes to stopping those plays, but just when they need it the most on a 3rd and 7
That's
situation.
the first time we've seen the safeties active on a run up the middle from TC as they finally get past the Rams' solid defensive line for the first time tonight.
And again, it might be too little too late because the Rams, still with a 3-possession lead, have just 2.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. And after that play up to the middle, up to the left side of the field, TC is faced with a 2nd and 6 situation.
So with 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, what are you looking for the Rams defense to do right here?
I'm looking for the Rams defense to continue to do what they've done all night, which is prevent TC from putting points on the board. I think if they can manage to get a few stops here, they might hold TC to only 3 points, or potentially hold them to no points at all if TC is looking to keep themselves in the game and actually put up touchdowns, which they'll need to do to stay in this game. But if the Rams can end tonight without allowing any points, what a statement that would be for their defense.
And a great start to the season.
And again, we say they'd only be allowing no points because that kickoff return touchdown goes against the special teams unit. But here we are, Shakai Campbell, low snap to his right side, finds his receiver, breaks to the right side of the field, and he has a touchdown. It looks like I jinxed him. TC puts up their first offensive points of the day and season. The Rams, having their lead shrink, it's now 27-14. We'll see if TC can manage to make that 27-15.
So that was miscommunication by the Rams defense right there as that slot wide receiver was uncovered. There was not a cornerback in sight. Quick pitch and catch right there to the slot receiver, not even 3 yards down the field, and he just has a wide open lane to run into the end zone right there. Unfortunate for the Rams defense, but it's mistakes they need to clean up like that to keep them in this game.
So here, for the extra point, we've got Michael Gutierrez. His first extra point try of the night. Kick is up. It's good. So it's 27-15. Rams now set to receive the kickoff. Just a minute and a half remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rams special teams unit back out on the field. Same thing for TC Williams. Michael Scheel again set in the middle of the field, set to return the kickoff. Last few kickoffs haven't gone so well. Rams ended up falling on the ball themselves. We'll see if they can tape it a little bit deeper down the field. And that ball is caught on the right side of the field. taken
Another
down.
line drive kick once again by the TC kicker.
That's taken to the 26-yard line, so the Rams will come up with 1st and 10 after Justin Madari takes that kickoff to the right side of the field.
So Stephen Hugney is back in under center after that turnover by the Rams offense right there. So the senior quarterback will come back into this game for the end of this third quarter.
But still, really encouraging performance from Grant St. Clair on that one drive he was in for. The ball goes to the middle of the field, and Riker Lauder has moved to run, just one man to beat, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line. A huge 35-yard pickup for Riker Lauder.
As soon as Stephen comes into the game, this offense seems to change a lot right there.
And as you said, that's the effect of being a master of handoffs. You said that before, Thomas, and I think a few people were scratching their heads at that, but still, that's the kind of effect that a great handoff can have at quarterback. Here we are at 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Hugney again in possession of his offense. Two backs set up in his backfield. Handoff goes to the left, breaking through to the middle of the field, taken down after a pickup of about 2, taking them to about the 42-yard line. So here we are, 2nd and 7. 3 backs in the backfield. Hugney takes it himself, and he manages to push through. That's a big pickup. Gets about 6 yards on the play with that wedge move.
Once again, good push by the Rams offensive line to get that quarterback sneak all the way up there to a very short and manageable third down.
And good chemistry you see on the sideline there between Grant St. Clair and Stephen Hugney, encouraging each other, keeping that good relationship between the senior and junior quarterbacks. Headed now into the 4th quarter. It's 27-15 the Rams, and I'd like to invite our third commentator, Andrew Cordova, back out onto the broadcast.
Appreciate it, Andrew.
I'm sure you got a lot of friends and family at home who've been waiting to hear you on the mics all night long. So after flipping fields, here the Rams are at the 37-yard line looking to put up their 5th touchdown of the night. What are your thoughts, Cordova?
Yeah, the Rams should, at this point, just run the ball out. As I was saying, just run the ball out and continue to score and just put the game away at this point.
You know, as I like to say, scoring points is how you win football games, Andrew.
Yeah, that is how you win football games.
Hugney taking the snap in the pistol formation, hands the ball off, going to the left. That's Michael Scheel. Finds some room to run and gets taken down at the 26-yard line after picking up another 1st down. Great job moving the chains for this Rams offense.
All right, so here now you see Hughney taking it under center, two backs to the left of him, two tight ends to his right. Hands the ball off to number 20. Number 20 breaks right, tries to cut out, gets tripped up at about the 27-yard line. It would be a third and long.
And for the Rams, Daniel Bosch has been that nice change of pace back tonight. Obviously more reliant on Riker Lauder in the running game, but Cordon Zelaya and Daniel Bosch both having a practical, very effective role tonight.
Yeah, and Daniel, a young player, a sophomore who was moved up to varsity just this week.
And it's particularly impressive, I mean, when you consider how he's playing against these upperclassmen and managing to stay in the game and make an impact and improve the offense for his team.
All right, so once again, you see Hughney under center, two backs behind him, two receivers to his left, one receiver to his right. Hands the ball up the middle, gets stuffed at the line. So there, a good push by the TCD line right there.
But the Rams here still being very effective when it comes to what they are trying to do right now, which is run out the clock. Here we are converted with a third down situation, and the Rams inside their opponent's territory with the potential to put up a field goal, get 3 more points on the board here, and put themselves again at a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, the last thing you want to see is the Rams choke this lead. So once again, Hughney under center, two backs behind him, two tight ends to his left. Fumbles the handoff, hands off to number 4. Michael Shield breaks to the left.
And again, we've talked about this a lot tonight, but Michael Shield really being that impact player, playing wide receiver, but having a really productive role when it comes to those kind of change of pace plays where he gets the handoff or a pitch or whatever it might be. The Rams put the ball in his hands, and he's able to turn that into yardage.
Hughney under center once again. Looks like a boot, a play action. Has number 19 wide open. It is caught and touchdown, Robinson!
Stephen Hughey's second passing touchdown of the night goes for 20 yards. That's number 19, Miles Ratcliffe. Wow!
Miles Ratcliffe with his second big reception so far this game.
Ratcliffe catching his passes from two different quarterbacks, working earlier tonight with Grant St. Clair, and now catching that huge touchdown, all but putting this game in the books for the Rams.
It is now 33-15. Your Rams are up.
And I've got to say, I don't think I've ever seen a Rams football team that is as exciting on this side of the ball and on the defensive ball as they have been tonight. 33 points. The Rams have been really impressive.
Yeah, especially with the shutout in the first half. Andrew Lemery, once again, taking the PAT attempts. Kick us up, and it is good. 34-15, Robinson.
So with 10 minutes left in this game, TC Williams trying to avoid a loss in the first game of the season. They'll have to come back from a 3-possession deficit to make this into a game. Velcistas here for the kickoff.
And the kick is up. It's like a squib kick. It
Good
is
hands
caught
for
at the
TC.
40-yard line, breaks up field, tries to cut around, gets stopped at the 45. That was
That's-
number 11, Daniel Garvin on the return. So TC comes out once again. Quarterback Shikai in the shotgun. One receiver to his right, and two. It looks like two receivers to his left. Single wing set. Looks to pass. Looks downfield. And it is once again Noah Nordhaus on the breakup. Number 1, Shionte Rogers was the intended receiver right there.
And Nordhaus seems to be the only Rams corner that TC is willing to go anywhere near tonight. Of course, we've got Mitchell Coulter on the other side of the field playing corner, committed to Dayton D1 football next year.
Yeah, our corners look very good tonight.
And it looks like, I'll correct myself, it looks like Coulter's actually playing safety tonight, shifting from his position of cornerback last year.
It's like a quarterback keeper gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a loss of a yard right there. Looks like number 48 on that tackle. So 3rd and long here for the Titans. Wonder what the TC looks to do for the rest of this game as they're playing behind. So Shikai, quarterback, takes it in shotgun. Looks to pass once again. Looks to up the middle, keeps it, and gets looks like a first down.
And Shikai has really showcased that speed tonight. When he makes the decision and fully commits to the run, he's off, and there's virtually nobody in the Rams defensive line that's able to stop him. He ends up almost always getting to the secondary. He's been having a more of an impact on the ground game tonight than a lot of TC's running backs have.
Yeah, TC just looks like the more athletic team tonight. So once again, Shikai takes it in the shotgun, looks to hand it off to number 23, Samuel Amoko. That is a first down.
So you talk about TC being the more athletic team tonight. I don't think I'd go that far. I think Rams have really showcased speed, athleticism, grit on all sides of the ball. And as I said earlier tonight, I think the Rams have just been playing a better game in every way. But I do think that one encouraging factor in what has been an otherwise dreary game for TC is the athleticism of their quarterback, Shikai Campbell. Campbell again dropping back to pass, but
it looks like,
stumbles on the ground.
Looks like they call the play dead behind the line of scrimmage. That it would be a loss of 5.
Looks like number 33 for the Rams, Billy Warder, the linebacker, tried to get in there and get a tackle in, and they ruled him down.
So once again, you see that Rams D-line bringing that pressure to the TCO line and making Shikai do something with the ball.
And in that situation, Shikai looked like he wanted to run, but still, the Rams had such an impact on that O-line for TC that he had nowhere to go, and he had to sit down and take the sack.
So once again, you see Shikai in the shotgun, one receiver to his right, puts receiver in motion. Looks like a quarterback keep. He drops the ball. It looks like Robinson has it. That will be Robinson football.
That's number 5 for the Rams, Jaden Papich, the senior at linebacker, with a near nail-in-the-coffin play for the Rams. The Rams take over with the ball. 7 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the fourth quarter tonight. 34-15 Rams ball.
So once again, you see this the miscommunications from TC. So Higany will lead his offense back on the field. Takes it under shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Two backs behind him. Hands it off the middle to Cordon. Breaks free. About a 9-yard gain for the Robinson.
And the storyline tonight for Rams running backs have been those yards after contact. When you look at the NFL, it's guys like Nick Chubbs that are able to create yards after the play, do things even when their offensive line isn't creating plays for them. The Rams tonight have had that wonderful fusion of an offensive line that creates holes for its running backs and running backs who can make stuff happen after they've been contacted by the defensive line, get into the secondary, penetrate that TC defense, exploit those weaknesses, and turn it into a great offensive performance.
So another handoff. Looks like a first down. That will be number 20. Once again, Daniel Bosch on the carry. So as you mentioned, big back, Cordon, a 5'11", 225 back. That is huge for high school. So another first down. Hughton will lead his offense. Under center once again.
Really taking their time here, letting the clock run down. Each team maintaining 3 timeouts.
So a hand up of the middle. Riker Lauder on the carry.
And this TC defense, for lack of a better word, it looks like they're just giving up at this point. The Rams have had some really big plays, breaking out for huge plays when it mattered, turning those big plays into points. But for most of tonight, the Rams haven't been able to consistently pick up first downs, big yardage like this, and move the chains. At this point, TC is allowing this Rams offense to just run through them.
Yeah, as you said earlier, those yards after contact.
Hugney here in the pistol.
It was a handoff up the middle, and Cordon got stuffed at the line.
So it'll be 3rd down with 1 yard to go. And we always welcome feedback from our viewers, so thank you to those of you who have pointed out to us that tonight we've been calling Daniel Bosch the running back for the Rams, but number 20 tonight has actually been Will Cohen. So we apologize for the misattribution there.
So the play is called dead before the ball is even snapped. Looks like the ref will have a little meeting. What was it? So offsides called in the TC Titans. So a free first down for Robinson right there.
And, you know, I got to say, I know this is high school football, but at times tonight it's felt like I'm watching the Super Bowl with the number of penalties that have just gotten called on defenses tonight.
And special shout out to Jacob Gentry, who actually pointed out that we're calling the wrong person.
True that.
Alright, so once again, Hughton will take it under center, 2 backs behind him. Another handoff. Breaks left, cuts up the middle, breaks free, gets stopped about the 13-yard line. That is number 34 on the carry.
Patrick Scheel, and I believe that's his first carry of the night. We know that's not Patrick Scheel, but our roster has Patrick Scheel listed as number 34, so we're going to go with that until somebody else can correct us.
Once again, we are sorry if we have mispronounced the name tonight.
Again, in a COVID-ridden season, there are going to be miscommunications. We've seen that tonight, and the same thing is true up here in our booth from the broadcasting team.
So Hughton will take it under center once again. Looks like a blitz coming. Hands it off up the middle, and is stuffed. Besides from the big runs, you have seen the TCD line put up a fight with that. Looks like a big D line.
And I will give them credit, for the duration of tonight, there have been times where they've managed to get big stops on third down situations, third and short situations, third and long situations. They've prevented the Rams from making key conversions when they needed to. But there's also been times where TC has just given up unnecessary yardage, allowing huge plays where they didn't need to. And that has been the difference maker tonight for the Rams, being able to convert in those situations where the TC defense isn't as attentive as they need to be. That is what puts the Rams up
So
34 to 15.
Up the middle to number 37. That is Dylan Barline.
So for TC, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but we're now creeping down less than 3 minutes left in the game. TC has 3 of their own timeouts remaining. They haven't opted to use them yet, but at a certain point, you've got to wonder if you want to get some points back on the board at some point, at least have some shot at continuing to put up an offensive effort tonight, you're going to have to start using those timeouts. Andrew.
So once again, Hugney under center, hands it off. Breaks left. So the game is getting a little physical. I know emotions are probably running.
Again on the carry there, that's that mystery number 34. Our roster doesn't have a name listed for him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think number 34 over there is probably Daniel Bosch.
That's a good prediction here.
Yeah.
As we've seen tonight, my predictions haven't fared out so well, so let's hope the other Andrew can do a better job with those.
So once again, Hugney under center, Cordon in the backfield. Hands it off up the middle, Cordon, and he is stuffed at the. Oh, ball is loose. It looks like TC has recovered the fumble.
And you might have heard that from the Rams sideline. Ball, pick it up. Great advice from the Rams fans.
And that is the first turnover that the Rams have committed today. That is their second turnover, my fault. Sky in the shotgun, running back in motion. Looks to pass once again. Hits number 4 on the out route. Huge hit.
Number 28 for the Rams, Justin Madari.
Yeah, Justin's just been all over the field tonight.
So here we are, under 2 minutes remaining in the game. No 2-minute warning clock stoppage. 2 timeouts remaining for TC Williams, hoping to just put a statement touchdown up on the board and make this a closer game than it's been for the rest of tonight.
So Shikai once again a shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Looks like a quarterback keeper. And we'll get stuffed once again.
And on the tackle there, number 5, Jaden Papich, had the fumble recovery on the pass drive. Manages to make a big play there.
Tonight, the Robinson defense has just looked phenomenal all around.
And with the exception of that huge kickoff return for a touchdown that they allowed on the special teams end of the ball and that deep touchdown, not a lot to express on mistakes. Obviously can always improve on the penalties, but a really stout defense hasn't allowed a ton of first downs tonight. And I think that's what's been the difference maker is TC hasn't been able to move the chains regularly and consistently.
Once again, a fumble snap as TC falls on it, but
Robinson says they have the ball and the offensive unit's coming out on the field. And it looks like they, with 41 seconds remaining in tonight's game, they'll take over the ball and they'll just run out the clock and celebrate the sweet, sweet victory of their first game of the season. A special celebration for tonight's seniors who are also celebrating senior night.
Yeah, a huge statement winner for Robinson this year. So looks like Steven will be in victory formation when take the knee and run the clock out.
And I wonder if the TC coaching staff will call a timeout or if they'll just concede defeat here.
And it looks like they will not, and that will be your game tonight.
And before we wrap up tonight, we just wanted to again give a special thank you to a few of the Robinson Athletics sponsors tonight. Of course, a special shout out to Fitness Together Fairfax, private personalized training and nutrition.
And another special shout out to Taco Bomba. Taco Bomba is a wildly popular taqueria with locations in Fairfax, Falls Church, Springfield, Vienna, and DC.
The Fairfax location at University Mall offers traditional tacos, soaps, and tortas, as well as its own unique menu of created, irreverent options like the Robinson Ramen Taco. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Visit them in Fairfax at 10629 Braddock Road.
And a special thank you from our commentators tonight. From Andrew,
Thomas,
and also Andrew. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you back again at the next Ram Network broadcast.